Also, this is excellent for weight loss because it does help you to eat less fats and consume less fats and saturated fats throughout the day, and I think it probably finishes your cravings for fat and sugar because it fulfills your body's need for proper nutrition and proteins and fiber that you need. So this is ready. I cooked some rice with it. You can eat with pita as well and enjoy. Okay, hi friends. So I'm going to teach you how to make red kidney bean sauce today. It's like hummus, but I didn't have chickpeas, so I used red kidney beans, and it's going to be something really good. So I just used dark kidney beans, and all you have to do is take, this is about half kg, just a bowl. Start with less if you're trying something for the first time, and then once the recipe is okay, then you try it again. So I took those kidney beans here in a bowl, and I'm just gonna dip them in water let them soak for minimum 1 to 2 hours, so they absorb some water, and then we can cook them. All right. So this is step number 1. Okay, so after about 2 hours, you can see the same amount of water. The beans soaked this water, and they're a little softer, so easier to cook. I'm going to put them in a pressure cooker, so wash them, rinse them one more time with water, and put them in the pressure cooker for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's best if you plan to, for the next day cooking, just soak them overnight. That way is the best, but I didn't have time, so I just soaked them for 2 hours, and now just going to cook them. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can just put them in a pan, but it's going to take longer, about an hour or so, till they become soft and ready to eat. In a pressure cooker, it's going to take about 15 minutes, and then we're ready to go. So just wash them and toss them in the pressure cooker. Okay, so what I've done, I've just poured the red kidney beans in the pressure cooker, and I'm going to fill them with some water. You just want to dip them. Okay, you can always add more water if they soak up all the water, but not too much. So then I'm going to add some salt. There you go. So half teaspoon approximately to quarter teaspoon, really depends on how many beans you're using. Then I'm going to add some crushed black pepper. So this is about, you can use quarter teaspoon or less if you took less beans. Then I'm going to take cumin. So this is again just a half teaspoon or quarter teaspoon. Yeah, you don't want to add too many cumin because then it makes a bitter taste. So cumin is good for fragrance and some taste, but you don't want to overdo cumin. And then we're going to add in here some red chili flakes, just very little, okay, just for flavor, and some red chili powder, just a little bit. So this is optional if you don't want, but pinch or two for those of you if you don't like too many chilies, add that. And then we're going to definitely put some turmeric. So all these spices are really good, have so many benefits. If you just search up, you will see the healing properties and help of these spices in metabolism and digestion, so you want to add them to your food. So I chopped 2 onions. I'm gonna put onions in here as well. I'm going to pour about, actually, let's just use 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. You can use coconut oil for weight loss. You can use olive oil. I just use canola oil. It's good when it's high temperature cooking and long-term cooking. This canola oil, it doesn't change the taste of the food, so I use that. I'm adding 3 cloves of garlic. I didn't chop them because when they're gonna cook, they're gonna soften up and mix up. And last but not least, I'm putting 2 green chilies just for flavor and fragrance. This is done. So now I turn up the heat. So this has oil, this has all the spices and everything you need. Now I'm just going to cook it. If you don't have a pressure cooker, just cook on medium flame, medium to low flame. After it boils for an hour, it will be ready. In the pressure cooker, it should be ready in about 15 to 20 minutes. It really depends on the amount of beans that you're cooking in the first place. And at the end, when it's done, we need to get some coriander, fresh coriander. We will just sprinkle on top, garnish on top, and mix it with this. So let's see what it turns out, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, so after about 15 to 20 minutes of cooking this in the pressure cooker, this is how it looks like. You see some water on top, and this is the texture. Now we're gonna keep boiling it, and you can see this is actually ready. So this is soft enough there. So this is good to eat. Now you want this, you have 2 options here. You can drink it or eat it with a spoon like a soup, and it will taste amazing, or eat it with tortillas or nachos, anything. But I want to make a thick gravy of it, like hummus that you can eat with rice or pita bread. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna heat it up more and get this water to disappear. So it's going to soak up, some of this is going to cook and evaporate, and these chunks of garlic and onions that you see here, they're going to dissolve because they're already super soft. So just with 5 minutes of cooking this on a very high flame, I'm just gonna cover it. So all of this onion and garlic is just going to merge together into a thin paste, and it's going to be ready. And when it's thick enough, at the end we're going to drizzle it with some of fresh coriander, and just cover it. And then after that, we're gonna turn off the flame. So you can see this is almost boiling. Now, one thing I want to tell you is that all these recipes are very similar. So instead, you don't have the red beans and you want to make some other beans, the white, black-eyed beans or the chickpeas. You just use the same recipe and use the same ingredients. The only essential ingredient for any recipe is salt and pepper for taste, and everything else is going to change the taste of it or make it different. So just feel free to change the type of beans and follow the same recipe. Now while I was cooking it, I tasted it and needed some salt, so I added some salt, and I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste in there. You can add fresh tomatoes. It's going to give it a sour and little hint of different taste. So a tomato taste, but it's going to make it taste nicer. So a little bit of it, I would say if you're using fresh tomatoes, use 1 tomato or half cup of tomato paste, and it's going to make a nicer gravy of this and add to the texture and taste as well. Okay, so we just added some tomato, that's it. So for after about 20 minutes of our cooking, the water evaporated, and you can see the consistency of the sauce is a little thick. I'm gonna keep it like that because it does end up getting absorbed in it, and I'm just going to drizzle it with some of the fresh coriander, and that's it. And I'm not gonna cook it more. Now this is called an anti-cancer bean. It has lots of benefits. It's excellent for your colon, gives you a lot of fiber, excellent for hair and skin health.